Cornbread.
Before we dive in, here's your required disclaimer. This podcast uses satire and dark humor to discuss very real and very messed up events. We roast the powerful, not the powerless. We don't joke about the victims, but we will joke about the people who thought the rules didn't apply to them. Are you still with us? Good. Now let's get uncomfortable.
Beans and cornbread.
Good morning and welcome to Beans and Cornbread, episode 2. The price of free speech. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm doing well, Jess. How are you?
I'm doing well, Kevin. I'm doing well.
Awesome.
So, the First Amendment.
The First Amendment.
What do we know about it?
It's free speech.
Free speech. Religion, the press, the right to protest, and the right to petition the government. And they've been fiercely defended and debated over the last few years. They've been twisted and reinterpreted across the political and all social areas, and it's just kind of like a cluster.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Especially over, I'd say, about 10 years.
Okay.
So probably about 10 years ago, it started getting really bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, misinformation out there, confusion, false news, fake news or whatever. Yeah, fake news.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news.
So what types of free speech are we talking about that have been, I don't know, either weaponized or twisted?
I don't know. It just seems like you can't say nothing nowadays. Somebody's going to have a consequence or something's going to happen, or people think there is no consequences to what has been said.
Yeah, that's a major one.
Ridiculous.
That's a major one.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Yeah, people will go on TikTok and just rant and just a group down, up and down, and then be shocked when they're called into HR the next morning. So, I don't know. People don't realize that what they say has consequences, and they try to put it under the umbrella of free speech.
Well, it's so crazy now because, like, you would think if they're, like, really watching social media that they're on doing these things, they would see that people are being called to the table and that people are reaching out to bosses and places of employment, and they still keep doing this sort of thing, and it's just pretty perplexing.
Yeah. Well, they think it's not going to be them.
Oh, so they're untouchable.
Yep.
Until they are.
Yep.
That's interesting.
And then woe was me. And then you get the crying video, and then you get, I didn't know what I said was wrong, or I took Ambien, or, you know.
There's always some kind of excuse.
There's an excuse. No, just say what you are. You know, wave your flag.
Yeah. I totally agree. And that seems to happen more than we would like.
Yep. But there's other things of free speech, like or price of it, I guess, or just the twisting of it. Like book banning and censorship's a major one. That just gets me about what they're doing with the schools and what they're doing with the libraries, and taking just the White House website just got completely whitewashed. I mean, everything has gotten taken off of it.
It gives me bad history vibes, like if we were back in the days of Hitler and burning books in Berlin and things of that nature.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're doing it. You know, they're doing book burning, and they're doing, they're not even reading the books that they're banning.
They're just banning them.
Like if there's like any kind of title, or Molly has two dads, or I don't know.
How about anything to do with slavery?
Yeah, slavery's gone. Slavery never happened. You know, that's anything that makes, I mean, I'm sorry to say, but anything makes white people uncomfortable. That's the bottom line.
Wow. Mark Twain?
I don't know if they did or not. They probably did because Huckleberry because
Finn.
his friend. I'm not saying his friend's name. But, I mean, I don't know.
Wow.
But they will put you know, they tend to keep a lot of, you know, Nazi stuff in the libraries and, you know, religious that have no business being in school libraries and, you know, indoctrination type stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what the plan, I mean, I can probably guess what the plan is, but.
It sounds like it's when you look at the stuff that we're keeping, the literature that we're keeping, the rhetoric that's been spilled, it sounds to me like a form of control.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have a weak government.
Yeah.
I think.
So I think, just looking at the topic of today's shows, episode 002, the price of free speech could be dictatorship.
Yep.
Wow. I guess we had to go there.
Hopefully I don't know.
Well, in our conversation, I'm saying. We don't have to go there, people.
No, but, you know.
But we're in a fast
history
track
shows,
right
yeah.
now.
It's we're in the trunk.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. And then it's across everything. Like, we have books, we have, the schools. That's why teachers are quitting. Because their hands are tied behind their back. They can't teach certain subjects. I give kudos to teachers that just don't give a shit. That are just like, my students need to know this.
And it's crazy because you hold people's way to make a living over their head and do it in the name of making, for lack of better words, America great again. And you're ruining families left and right. Like, that is the key to make America great. So I'm not sure what greatness, well, I do have a feeling of what greatness you're talking about, but it doesn't make America great again, because what I thought America was a melting pot of free-thinking individuals that come up with the best solutions to do things, the best ideals, because we have a pool of information from different people's experiences.
Yep. That's what it's supposed to be. You're tired and you're weak and all that, and we welcome you. So.
Sometimes, if we really want to, and if you can provide a benefit to us that we can take advantage of.
Well, again, if you're a certain type. So.
Right.
I don't know. Just like the whole it's also on like culture areas, like slogans and like hate speech and drag show. I mean, just stuff that just, my thing is, if it's not hurting you, if it's not hurting.
You mean physically?
Physically. Don't go. Don't go to a speech. If you like hate speeches, I mean, I'm sure, I don't know where I'm going with this, but there's always a place for somebody, and you can always, there's always a place that has your little niche or that your kink or whatever, and then you're safe there. You don't need to put that on, just like on everybody else. You don't need to put on, like in schools, religion does not need to be in schools. I firmly believe that, because it's going to be a Christian religion. And I believe that this country, we have the right on the First Amendment to practice any religion. And so if we have a Christian, you have the 10 Commandments in the school, you need to put up something from Muslim. You need to put something up from Hindu. You need to put something up from Jewish. You need to put something up for,
Well, and if you look at history, we've seen how this nation was built. And history is really broken down like this. His story. So those that are in power make the rules, and then you make everybody conform to those rules under the guise of unity.
Yeah.
And I think we are seeing that more than ever in this day and age. Hate to say it, but I think that's what's going on.
What I love to see is that the younger generation, they're not putting up with it. They are fighting. And that's why they're getting arrested. That's why the protests are happening. That's why they're quitting school. That's why, which sucks. But I mean, they have like such strong conviction. I mean, they know their shit, and they're not scared to get in someone's face, and they want a better world than what we're giving them.
And you would think, as parents to these generations, that we would want better worlds for them too. Now, that's not to say that we are all in the know, the end all be all, and we know how you guys should run your lives, but it should make sense to the continual human life on this planet. And if it doesn't support human life on this planet and your right to pursue the life that you want, then how can you force it on someone? And I don't want to get into abortion and all this kind of stuff, but to me, it falls under the same lines. You know what I mean? How can I tell someone what they can and cannot do to their body? So how can you tell someone how they should live?
Yeah, I don't get it.
So if you're going to have rules and regulations, obviously it needs to be conducted under ethics, morals, character, things that we agree upon that are in the pursuit of life, and that's it. Because we shouldn't be all broken down by all these different races, creeds, colors, or whatever you want to call it. How about the simple concept of we are, all of us, the human race?
Yeah, that sounds nice. That would be nice.
So that's what it should be. And I'm not running for office.
Yeah, that sounds. I wish we can have that kind of world.
I used to call that the Star Trek world.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Star Trek
That's
world.
good. Yeah.
We can portray it, and we can make fantasy, and we can make movies and books about utopias and how they all look. But it seems like the silver lining, the underlining effect of all these type of things is always turmoil, chaos, and someone that's trying to ruin it. And for some reason, somehow, these type of people end up in power.
Well, you know what the difference between Star Trek and all those type of utopia places are? There's no money. None of them. They don't use money.
Right.
And that's like the root of everything.
So the fear would be on the wealthy side is I can no longer pay you to do my bidding because you don't care about money.
Yeah. I mean, if everyone was equal across the board. I mean, people say like socialism. Oh my gosh, socialism is so bad. But
I got a feeling that socialism was one of the original concepts that this country was really fond of.
Thank you.
So
people don't understand what socialism is.
Yeah.
They think you're going to have less. I'm sorry, I pay a little bit more to have everybody have free health care. Or everyone have housing or,
How about this concept? Food.
Yeah. Like
Clean
why are we making kids pay for their lunch at school?
Our kids.
They're forced to be there. And so what if they don't? What if that's their only meal and they can't? I don't get that concept. They shouldn't be paying for lunch at school, at all. And then it's crap food anyways.
And especially when you put this title on this country, the United States of America, as being one of the richest, wealthiest countries ever known to man. And we are doing things to our children that really don't make sense because maybe our children, all of our children, do not look like yours. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't get that. I'll never get when people vote against that kind of stuff, but they're quick to say that pro-life. But that means
whose life?
That means single mothers. That means taking care of after the birth. But it never gets that quite far. So, but like I said, that's going to be another episode, which I'd probably be going off the deep end on.
Just read the disclaimer.
Yeah, it's there. But yeah, so I don't know. The whole thing about free speech is just, it boggles my mind that people think that they can say whatever they want. And then what's sad is though also hate speech is also free speech.
Yeah.
Which, that's their right. But if it causes disruption, it causes,
Go against the mass well-being.
yeah, if it incites a riot, if it, clamors at people to storm a Capitol, if it, does all that stuff, then it should be prosecuted. It should be illegal.
So we're saying basically there are consequences to what you say and how you say them.
Yep.
In accordance to the free will of the people and the law. Now, the thing about the law that kind of gets me riled up is that nowadays the law seems to be subject to change at any moment, and there's those that automatically deem themselves above it.
That's interesting.
How can you have something that's going to govern all people, but then you have some people that's going to be above it?
Yeah, there shouldn't be anybody above it.
And so you're going to tell me, yeah, you will do this and you will do that, but it doesn't apply to me.
No.
That's very interesting.
Nope. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. But keeps happening.
There's a lot of F arounds and finds out. So I like seeing that just for the fact that people need to get knocked down a few pegs. And they're thinking of just simple facts of people going up to other people in the park and saying you don't belong here or you can't do this, or all those people that you see on videos, and then they're the ones that get arrested. And then there was
Karens.
The Karens.
Of the world.
What are the guys called? Chads? I think they're called Chads.
It's crazy because I've recently seen stuff on actual social media where guys are calling out other people and saying what they'll do and how they'll do it. And then when the social media personnel find out, they're coming right back at you.
Oh yeah, like that keyboard warriors or whatever they're called. A keyboard. Yeah. I remember I saw one about this guy talking about he was going to fight whoever. Mm-hmm. Like, you come and fight, and then there was like all these people that stood up and they were like, I'm a Democrat. I'll this is the place I'll be at right here, and you need to come. And some MMA fighter was like calling, and he all of a sudden just like took off his account and.
Yeah, because to me it's like
they're so brave behind their keyboards.
Cyber bullying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be a cyber bully.
That's free speech.
Yeah. Now, like I said, we'll let you say it, but guess what? There's going to be some consequences. And so if you don't want to deal with the consequences and you don't want to deal with what comes with that, then why even say it?
I don't get it.
It doesn't make sense for you or for anybody else.
Not especially that people have seen people get their... I mean, I know a cookie lady who she does a lot of political cookies, and she's putting people's profiles. Like, you say something really nasty to her in her DMs, she'll post you out. People were like, oh, maybe. She's like, no, you got the balls to sit there. And she goes, I'm a young woman. You're threatening me. Mm-hmm. So here's your name. Here's your, whatever like that. And I mean, most likely it'll stop them, at least with her. They'll probably go on to someone else. But they're all the same. They all look alike. They're all.
And here's the thing. You get somebody in power who rallies them up, says, hey, you guys are my base. You don't have to worry about it, and you ain't got to take crap from anybody. You can say this, and you're going to get away with it until it affects them. Then that person will disown you, and you'll lose everything you got. And then where you looking for help from those who you just got through talking about and putting down.
Yep.
Tell me how that makes sense.
It doesn't, but luckily, hopefully people are finding out, and hopefully,
What would we call that? FAFO?
Fuck around and find out.
Yep. Well, yeah, you said it. So.
Leave it to me. But yeah, it's I like that part, but I don't know. It used to be like a black and white thing, like what you can't say and what you can say. We used to have decorum. You know, we used to have like, I don't know. It was respectful.
Yeah.
And now it's just a complete.
I remember in the presidency where the American language and being able to speak coherently was a big thing.
Oh my gosh.
You remember those good old days?
Yeah, I do.
Well, you know. So you are now listening to Beans and Cornbread Podcast, episode 002, The Price of Free Speech. And if you haven't already done so, we would definitely love your support. So make sure you leave comments, good, bad, or indifferent. We will read them, and some we might not. But if you say something crazy, we might post you out there and post you back, just like you've heard. But remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be right back with more Beans and Cornbread as we head into
The last 9.
the last 9. And we'll be right back.
Beans and Cornbread.
Beans and Cornbread. And, you know, as we in the last episode, well, first of all, welcome back to Beans and Cornbread. We're heading to the last 9. And, you know, in the last episode, we were talking about America, the superpowers.
Oh, also in the last episode, I
Not
butchered
the last
Giselle.
episode, but the 001.
001. I wanted to make a correction.
Okay.
It was not Epstein's little sidekick was not Giselle. It was Ghislaine.
I think I
way
second
off.
that too.
I was way off.
I was way off. Samsonite.
Samsonite.
I was way off. So, what's her name again?
Ghislaine,
Ghislaine.
I think. Oh crap.
That sounds Nordic almost.
I don't know what
Not
she
to
was
offend
something.
anybody
That's
Nordic.
not offensive.
I just want to make sure. You know
Claiming
what
her
I'm
probably
saying?
they don't like, but
Yeah. But speaking of superpowers, we're talking about the United States of America. But we're going to shift gears in the last 9 and talk about what superpower would you want as a human being, and what superpower would you not want as a human being? So let's start with you. What superpower would you want?
superpower I would want is to speak any language.
Any language. That's interesting.
Any single language. Dead languages. Languages that
Hold on. Any single language?
No.
Or all languages?
all languages.
Okay.
Okay, all languages. Every language.
That's in to include like sign language and
Sign language.
okay. Reading Braille.
Yeah, everything. Everything written. Everything spoken.
So that means you want to be a high communicator.
Yeah, interpreter, should know everything. Just know how to I can go anywhere and I'd be okay.
I wonder would you want to get paid for that?
Yeah, I
And
can't
what you
live
think
on.
your pay would be?
I'd be like the best.
The best.
I would be the best. So I would be highly sought after.
$1 million an hour. She can speak.
Well, I don't know
any
about
language.
that, but I'd be like, sought after. So, because every language, they went.
Okay, so wait a minute. You think you would be highly sought after in the world of artificial intelligence? Uh-oh.
What does that mean?
Artificial intelligence can speak any language.
Oh, yeah, but 10 to 1, they still want a person.
For the what? The emotional connection?
Yeah,
or
the
what?
professionalism, I don't know. I don't know what I would be doing, but maybe, I don't know.
So what are some like ancient languages out there that no one has been able to crack the code on, and you?
Oh, I don't know.
And you?
I didn't go that far.
I'm just saying that you can read it, and it tells about how to become the ultimate human being and rule everything. Would you share that knowledge, or would
no,
you
I
keep
would
it for
that to
yourself?
myself.
Why?
Because I know the human race, and you We can't have nice things.
That's Pandora's box.
Yeah, we can't have nice things. So I would secure it somewhere.
Okay. Well, I know you're gonna hate mine. I know you're gonna hate mine, and my superpower would be that I could read the minds of anyone on the planet. Not all at once. Not like Professor Xavier, where I'm getting flooded with everybody's thoughts. But if I choose to read a mind or know what's going on, I could do it at any time.
Yeah, no.
Know what?
That would be the one I would never want.
Oh, so that would be what you would never want.
No, never.
Okay. I really have to think about what superpower I wouldn't want. Because there's a lot that I can tell you that I would want. Now, if we're talking about if you can't control it, I would never want to be invisible.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah, if you can't control it. If you can't control it, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You could do a lot of cool things.
You remember that show, The Greatest American Hero?
Yeah.
What if you could fly, but you couldn't control it?
He was always slamming into stuff. Those little permed hair.
Now, we're dating ourselves, everyone.
Oh, my gosh. I'm making that theme song in my head now.
Because just imagine you could fly, but you couldn't control how to fly.
I don't know why they...
That show used to piss me off because of that.
Yeah, his outfit.
But so with the ability to... See, this is the dangerous part, I guess, about that superpower, the ability to read anyone's mind.
Well, anything you can turn it into bad. So that's
it's like,
bad.
It really would depend on the character of the person who has that ability.
Do you think you'd be married? Or have people?
I would be married, but it would be somebody that was very positive all the time.
it'd be like that Twilight episode.
This person worships me like a god, even in her mind.
It'd be so exhausting.
Right.
It'd be like that Twilight episode about that little boy. You couldn't
yeah.
even think of things or something.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. But
because you can't control what goes in your head. I mean, not like, I'm calling you names in my head, but
what if it's like this? You can't control the bad, but you're just like, I really don't mean that.
Yeah.
I really don't mean that. So it's like you're constantly following up your thoughts with.
It'd still be so exhausting.
But it's in your head. I think we literally do that anyway.
Yeah, I know, but if you have someone like lives with you to like that's constantly
so here's
beaming into your skull.
Your thing is you don't want to know.
I don't want to know if you're cursing me out in your head.
Well, you wouldn't want to know if somebody could read your mind.
No, I'd want to know. I mean, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't want to know that.
I would want to know if I was if I was living with someone.
Right.
Yeah. Because it's a violation, first of all, I think, also.
It ain't like they found a way out how to do it.
I don't know. Well, if I didn't know, if I knew.
That's what I'm saying.
It would be different, but.
So would you want to be told?
I'd want to be
told
that
I can read your mind.
Yeah.
Oh man, how would you? Let's say like us, been married for 22 years, and I come out all of a sudden say, "I've been meaning to tell you this." Guess what? I do have the ability.
You would have called me out on so much stuff.
Your mind. See, you're telling on yourself now.
No, I mean because half the stuff comes out of my mouth. It's like out of my neck.
Man, what would you do? Like, what would you?
I don't know.
Because you'd be like, oh my God.
Just not even bad stuff, just some weird stuff you think about. I mean, you just can't.
Oh, I really want to fart right now. If he smells it, he's going to leave me.
I don't even think about that. But
it'd be the little stuff, right?
It would just be funny. I'd be like,
oh, I wish she shut up. I got to go take a shit. Damn.
Why are you so obsessed with that?
I was just thinking about like that quick, easy.
I don't know. Flying's another one. Would be cool. That'd be so freeing.
Yeah. So this has been I guess a great conversation piece on the last 9 for superpowers. But unfortunately, we have to move on to other things. And you have been listening to.
Beans and cornbread.
And remember to please like, share, subscribe, leave comments, and all of that. And we'll be back with episode 003, yet to be named, on the Beans and Cornbread Podcast. See you next time.
Toodles.
Beans and cornbread.